Throughout the history of the Federation, every flagship has had its sister ship. Every flagship's class has had that sister class to fly along beside it. With the Constitution, it was the Miranda. With the Galaxy, it was the Nebula. Julantru, and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm Captain Ri'shad, aka the Terran Renegade, and this is a Starship Stats Review video. More specifically, Ships of the Line Stats Review, where we will be taking a look at the most recently, or soon to be added, Ships of the Line bundle for the Nebula class. We will discuss the Sutherland Advanced Research Vessel and the Fleet Magellan Advanced Research Vessel, as they are the Tier 6 variants. And thanks to Tier 6 being leveling with your character, you can go straight to them. So, should you acquire this bundle, and also acquire the Fleet module with it, I would foresee a good reason to go straight to at least the Sutherland, if not its Fleet variant. But I digress. Allow me to properly introduce to you the Nebula class. Original format and one hell of a beautiful ship. The Magellan class. Slightly older variant, beefier armor. The Venture class. Modelled from the specs of the Venture class Galaxy variant, the Venture class Nebula variant has all of the Venture sleekness with some of its might, aka that mission pod. And the Sutherland class. I've got to say, it took the Nebula, refined it, and made it its own. She's pretty damn strong. Before we get into stats, I do want to cover some of the blurb on this ship. However, I would like to take a quick opportunity for those who have a little bit of impatience to give this fundamental bit of information that you may want to know. Don't count her out in DPS. She's one hell of a support vessel. And my lord, do not underestimate this ship as a shield or regenerative tank. That is all. Now, by acquiring the Ships of the Line Nebula bundle, you will gain access to the Tier 6 Sutherland Research Vessel, the Tier 5 Advanced Research Vessel Retrofit, and the Tier 3 Nebula Advanced Research Vessel, along with one Fleet module. If you are part of a fleet, you've got more than enough there to get yourself the Tier 6 Fleet variety, and my word, she's a beast. Once this pack is properly released, it's not at this time, otherwise you'd be seeing the Galaxy hull on this ship, we will have access to the Galaxy, the Intrepid, the Defiant, the Sovereign, the Type 0, the Type 8 and the Type 8B, along with all standard hull types. This will now give her access to every Federation hull variety you can think of, and I got to say, I can't wait to see what she looks like with the Type 0. What can I say? She follows the line of ever since the Connie, the flagships have had a smaller sister ship that follows the same format almost. She also has her beautifully enhanced CGI model coming along with her, which is going to be quite a lot of fun to see since this has been improved since the days of Star Trek Next Generation. It will be using the CGI model seen in Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I've got to say, this is something I've been looking forward to, and the only thing I'm going to be disappointed in is if we haven't been added the ability to use saucer separation on this starship, since the saucer can separate. And the answer is no, we can't. So let's get down to the stats of this mighty vessel. The Tier 6 science vessel type with a maximum hull of 47,250 at level 65. Whereas in her fleet variant, this will be 51,975. Quite a substantial difference, I might add. Hull modifier is 1.05 in the standard variant, and in fleet 1.155, giving her plenty of defense within the whole category. However, her true defense comes in line with her shields, and is not to be underestimated. I've seen a couple of these flying. Hello, STO Space Stock on Facebook, where this ship refuses to drop its shields. Shield modifier of 1.3 and then fleet variant 1.43. Base turn rate of 10 gives her plenty of mobility and, well, time to play shock and aura if she wishes, with a forward attack arc. However, she is definitely stronger when it comes to broadsiding. She has an impulse modifier of 0.15 and an inertia rating of 45, making her not the most nimble ships, but it definitely gives her enough for any tank or support. With the right equipment, you can easily get the ship moving much faster. Bonus power settings are +5 to shields and +15 to auxiliaries. Personally speaking, I would have preferred that to be a +10/+10, but this is one of the areas which greatly supports her in the support role, and additionally grants her great scientific DPS potential. She has 3 forward weapons and 3 aft. Not to be too confused with that mission pod she's got equipped, since it is a torpedo module. Don't worry, she is a mighty torpedo boat. Just something to remember. 3 device slots available to her. My apologies, I gave myself a moment to pause there. So, as I was saying, the Southern class is a 3000 Zen ship, whereas in this new Ships to the Line bundle, the total cost is 6,000 Zen. This may or may not be considered a good thing depending on your viewpoint. Thanks to the fleet module, I do feel like it's a little bit more fair on pricing, but at the same time, the other 2 ships are now dilithium store and don't cost that much in dilithium, so could be cheaper to buy them individually, especially if you're not planning to directly use the fleet variant. Moving back up, and we're going to see more why I state this ship is good in the areas that it's good in. She has 2 tactical consoles in both variants, 3 engineering consoles for standard and 4 in the fleet, and 5 science consoles across the board for both variants. Further up, we can talk about bridge officer positions, and this is probably another place where she's quite dangerous. Though she has only a lieutenant tactical position, which again tactically weakens her, she's very strong in the sides that she has a lieutenant commander engineering temporal operative position, a lieutenant commander universal position to boost either engineering or tactical, whichever you prefer, commander science position, and ensign science position. Well, you know what I say about ensigns? Out the window, don't care about them. Sorry, Ensign Kim. Well, that's why he never got promoted, no one cared about the ensign. Ha! Thank you, STO, for promoting him. The ship is doing quite well, I will say, across the board in its main stats. Maybe weak and not the ship of choice for some DPSs, but the people with the knowledge will know this is definitely a ship to consider, no matter what role you're taking. You just got to know how to use her right. Admiralty stats are 31 to engineering, 20 to tactical, and 57 to science. This changes with the fleet variant to being 39 engineering, 20 tactical, and 58 science. Of course, the tier 6 variant comes equipped with its own unique arsenal, so did the tier 5. So, perhaps we should get into that now. In the tier 6 variant, we get the console universal Tachyon particle field emitter, giving a passive ability of plus 25 to Starship shield regeneration, plus 25 to Starship drain expertise. This is a very strong console for any science rolling ship. Plus, that shield regeneration is half the reason why I've never seen the shields go down on one of these ships. The Tachyon particle field emitter that you can use as its active ability is a PB AOE 3 kilometer effect. For your allies, you'll gain shield regen, shield hardness, and to the foes a shield drain and minus to shield hardness. Effectively, defense for your allies, defensively weakening your enemies. Foes will have minus 2270.3 to all shields every second, half effectiveness when used in PvP. Also, minus 30% to their shield resistance. For your allies, you'll gain 2051 shield regeneration every second and 30% shield resistance. After 10 seconds, minus 9082.1 to all shields to the foe and 30% shield resistance for 10 seconds will be continued. To your allies, 4102 shield regeneration and 30% shield resistance boost for 10 seconds. Effectively, any allies within your range for the first 10 seconds will receive a moderate boosting, but any allies that have reached you and maintained the range of 3 kilometers from you after 10 seconds will gain a 10-second buff. It's very strong, very effective, definitely something I support with this ship. If I rank this console specifically, for DPS, it's a pass, but in support, this is one of the most useful consoles you can have, and in tanking, though it's not the best, it's still useful and worth a consideration point. We then have the Tachyon detection grid. This universal console is acquired from the Advanced Research Vessel Retrofit, which is probably one of my favourite tier 5 ships, as it had a passive ability with its console. The passive ability gives you plus 5 to accuracy and plus 28.5 to Starship perception. I'm stumbling over my words now. Its active ability though is also excessively strong and very useful to yourself and again your allies, which is why this was one of the first and best support vessels in the game. With plus 15% stealth sight for 30 seconds, plus 5 accuracy for 30 seconds, plus 20 Starship perception, and a 1 minute recharge time, the Tachyon detection grid is extremely powerful. Gets better though, because this is being used as part of the set, and I'm pretty sure that 1 minute recharge time is down to it being part of the set. I believe it's normally 2 minutes. Now, let's double check this. When you have the full set, you gain... Okay, no, it's normally 1 minute. And the 2-piece set will give you plus 3 accuracy rating and plus 38 drain expertise, making the full set extremely powerful. This has already increased your drain level by a good margin, and for any drain builds being used here, either support, side DPS, or even some tanks that are utilizing drain, holy moly, you've got some damage output, and all you're doing is using 2 consoles. It's safe to say that adding this to a full drain build is not necessarily a bad option. We then have this Starship's magnificent trait, which I'm actually angry at myself for never having fully finished working with. I will be flying this ship to mastery now as a result. I don't tend to fly science ships. I probably should, especially as the support player. This ship has this ship's trait, will give you minus 20% shield resistance to any foe while the Tachyon beam is being channeled. And after 4 seconds of channeling Tachyon beam, minus 908.2 to all shields weaker against players every 1 second for 10 seconds. This essentially extends your Tachyon drain, your Tachyon beam's shield drain at quite a significant level, and your actual drain expertise will help to improve that stat. I've not got drain build going on with my actual full build, so as a result I'm not showing the true extent of that trait's power. This will also give a minus 25% to shield resistance for 10 seconds. This being great for any DPSs alongside you, as now they're able to deal more damage. Again, this is a very strong support trait, lending to the Nebula class's greatest asset. She is a support science vessel, full-blooded all the way through. She masterfully runs support, and the only ship I actually rank above her in the support category is the Vesta class. I have an admiration for this ship, and from what I've seen players do with it, I really do strongly suggest that if you're looking for a new science build ship, either going shield tank or taking on a support role, or if you want to just try out side DPS, give this ship a run. But don't just take my word for it. Let's show what she can do with just a typical support control build. Okay, tell a lie. I adjusted the build quite a lot. 50 points if you can guess which weapons I'm using. Now, let's truly demonstrate what this ship can do, shall we? Oh, and while I'm at it, engine power minimum. Shield power minimum. We're not going to need those. Let's do this. Oh, and I hope you don't mind my kit bash going on here between the Venture and the Sutherland. Hello guys, how are you all doing today? We are going to have some fun with you here. I don't like you very much. My word, I'm not actually even properly trying with you. Bye! Didn't even fire a single weapon. Oh, how about you? If I really wanted to go nuts with this. Oh, you're gone. Bye! Oh, God. That was kind of stupid. Okay. That was too easy. I didn't even take any proper shield damage. My shield levels are at minimum. Thank you, Augment Dictator, for your recommendation in shields. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hello, Gallo class. We're going to have some fun with you. We're going to use our absolute maximum output on you, I think. Maybe, possibly. I will see when I get closer. We'll get damn close to it. About this. I'm going to get some fun in here. I'm actually going to activate both grids while we're up and nice and close. Get a good spam off on these. Jump back. And I can now use these. Whoopsie daisy. I really am spam knocking you, aren't I? Oh dear. Bye. It was not hard. And again, took basically no damage. My DPS may not be up there, but this is a straight up support build I'm using right now. It's an auxiliary control drain support build in combination. What the hey? Normally the best idea to go with, but let's have some more fun with this. Let's just gonna spam whack this guy. See how quickly he goes down. Oh god, he's not good. By the time that projectile went off, he was wiped out. What? I'm not even using a full forward attacking arc build, and that happened. This ship can be very strong. If I went for an actual forward attack build on this ship, all these guys would be getting wiped out in about a third of the time. Maybe half the time. Oh, you guys want to play now, do you? Okay. We can play. We can play. I'll just spam wipe them. I'm entirely sure if that last one was necessary. I feel like I'm bullying at the moment. I think that's the worst part. Blasting early mites. Now that the action is over, let's finalize and conclude. Well, let me be blunt. Her consoles and her tray are very specialized. Yes, some of her consoles are useful also to the actual side of her tankiness, but due to the specialization area, I'm going to have to give them a 7 out of 10 and no higher, even though they are quite good for support builds. I do have to score this as a versatility rank as well, and of course that will always nick down. But let's specialize then. Actually score this ship. Well, before any final statements are made, as a DPS vessel, in tactical DPS, I will score her 6 out of 10 because she is quite fundamentally weak, tactically speaking, but she does have DPS potential, thanks to her high maneuverability, endurance, and the ability to fundamentally use the forward arc efficiently. As a science DPS, as a side DPS, she actually scores a damn sight higher with me, giving her an 8 out of 10 because if you know what you're doing, she gets very, very strong in that area. And it wouldn't take a lot of practice to find yourself wiping out half the, well, instance you're in within a short time. Plus, thanks to her being a science type ship, you are more enduring and thusly you'll be able to be of more benefit to your team. Now, to the tanks. As a regenerative tank in her strongest field, I would say this could potentially be. Regenerative side of things, she is very strong and will score easily 8 out of 10 with me. As a whole tank, she scores a... wait for it. You guess? 7 out of 10. This is due to her slightly lower hull score, but this is not necessarily a weak point on her because, as I said, she can regenerate quickly, and if you've built right, you will find that this is not really an issue. Shield tank, however, this ship enters a whole nother league and easily scores a 9 out of 10 for me in the shield tank category. As a shield regenerator tank, she's almost impossible to kill unless you really know what you're doing in your DPS builds or drain builds. So, I have to say this ship has got some fundamentally strong areas, and I've been highly impressed by what I have seen this ship capable of. Finally, we'll go into her support role, and support category, I tend to roll as a fundamental overall, as if she can do one level of support, she can do all levels of support in the same balance, technically speaking. It's very rare you'll find a ship that does one specific category better. So, as an overall support vessel, well, she's so close to being the absolute best support vessel I can think of in the game. There are some support type vessels that do it a little bit better, but when I say some, this ship still scores 9.5 out of 10 almost at 10 mark if it wasn't for a few ships being better than her. She is amazingly good in support. And she's also gaining that score purely because she is one of the best ships to start off with if you're getting yourself into the support role, if not the best ship to start off with. Other bonuses I'll give to this ship is that she is a great entry ship for anyone looking to get into flying science vessels, and is an absolutely amazing ship across the board that you will be able to use continuously once you are used to science builds. Also, this is a great ship to help you adapt towards another build type. Say you've specialized heavily in one side of science, this ship will also allow you to begin to focus on perhaps heading over to the cruisers, or maybe even going for DPS. Yes, that's right, she can be useful in DPS if you're going for a Psy style DPS escort. My word, it's useful to have something to help you get used to that reign. My fundamental overview of this ship then and final score is 9 out of 10, with her being one of my most highly recommended vessels in the whole of Star Trek Online. I'm glad to see she's been introduced into this Ships of the Line bundle, and anyone who can fly her as a fleet variant will find that they probably won't exactly want to put it down if they favour the science vessels. I adore her. What do you guys think of her? I would love to hear now in the comment section what you guys think of this vessel, if it's a ship that you strongly recommend or a ship that you feel gets a little bit overhyped. Am I overhyping her? Please let me know what you think, and I hope that you have found this video helpful in some manner at least. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button, as that will really help me out in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're looking forward to seeing more, I'm hoping that you will subscribe. Don't forget that notification bell, because otherwise you may miss out on future content. You can check out the links below where you'll find ways to support this channel and what we do in achieving our dream. And our Discord link is the best way to get into communication with myself and other members of Shadowstar that will happily help you out if you have any questions or queries. You can also share your own content over there. This includes if you are a YouTube content creator as well. Feel welcome to share your stuff there. With this being said, I just want to say a final huge thank you to this channel's Patreons, donators, and our Twitch subscriber. Thank you for that massive support you're giving to this channel and helping it achieve its dream. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you for watching. Remember, live long and prosper, my friends. That's not warp.